For more on how that might play out, we go back to Jim Angle in Statuary Hall with one of the Democratic leaders.
Thank you, Brett. We're here with House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer from Maryland. We were just talking about the economic stimulus. The House moved very quickly to work on this, to work out a plan. It's now gone to the Senate, and as things often happen in the Senate, they insist on having their own say on this and adding things to this package. Do you think that is going to slow down the process?
Well, it's certainly not unusual for the Senate to want to take their own positions, and that's understandable. However, I'm hopeful that that does not slow down the process, that they move the bill with dispatch, hopefully this week, and that we will be able to consider it in conference next week. We believe that it was important to act in a timely fashion with temporary relief targeted to people who would spend that money and stimulate the economy. That was our objective. We worked very hard with the Republicans in the House, worked very hard with Secretary Paulson and the President to achieve that objective, and we did. I was pleased that we could come to an agreement. We, as you know, added 35 million people, middle-class working people, lower-income working people, to the program. We thought that was a real step forward, but it's important for us to pass it soon and get money into people's hands that, A, are hurting because of the recession, and B, will spend it to stimulate the economy.
Well, now, if the Senate adds a number of programs and billions of dollars, are you ready to have a bigger package or ready to rearrange the package as it now stands?
I would prefer to rearrange the package. I think that while we want to stimulate the economy, we don't want to create problems down the road with deeper debt. So we'll have to discuss with the Senate what they're doing when they do it.
Let me ask you about earmarks. The president says he's going to issue an executive order tomorrow and direct government officials not to disperse any money for earmarks that have not been part of legislation and have not been voted upon by lawmakers. Is that something that you think is reasonable? And is that within the president's power to curb the use of earmarks?
Well, I think we'll have to see exactly what the president means and what he's going to designate as earmarks. But I want you to know that a number of us view his earmark reform tendencies a little bit skeptically. This is, after all, a president who has signed more appropriations bills with a greater number of earmarks and a greater dollar value of earmarks than any president in history. You need to look at that. All of a sudden, the Democrats take over.
Those were specified in the legislation, were they not?
No, some were and some were not. Oh no, there's no difference in the distribution of how earmarks were affected between the Republican Congress and the Democratic Congress. The only difference in the Democratic Congress is, A, we've made them transparent, and B, we've cut the number in half, according to the Government Committee on Waste.
Okay. Steny Hoyer, House Democratic Leader, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brett, back to you.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. Let's get back to Carl Cameron down in Florida with Senator McCain. Carl?
Thanks very much, Senator. Thank you for joining us. Of course, the big vote tomorrow in Florida for its big primary, but tonight the president's